What's up, Johnny? Got bored, man. Kids are asleep. Yeah, I'm usually definitely not on here this late, but kids are passed out. I'm bored. So, figure what the hell? Come here and turn a little bit. What's up, Chase? So got some old square stock table legs. It was actually the table in my old house. We had it for a few years, but it's all oak. I wasn't gonna let it get like thrown to the wayside, so I'm like a pack rat and all that stuff like that. So I saved the table legs, rounded a section of this one off. So I'm trying to debate whether I should make these like they're mushrooms, but they're stash cans or stash boxes that I see, or just like make a cylindrical box. We got some people in here, so I figure I'll let you guys pick. Cylindrical mushroom stash box, or a mushroom stash box, or just like a straight up cylindrical stash box. Either way, I'm going to use some of these texturing tools that I got and I made here to put some stuff on the outsides of and all that stuff like that. So we'll have a little bit of fun. I'm going to collar them up and all that shit. I'll let you guys figure it out. I need a haircut. Damn, there's right off the rip. Get to watch one of what get made, man. You like to see a mushroom? Better be Kool-Aid. It's not. It's water. Damn it. Yeah. Hell with it. Let's do one of the mushrooms. It's gonna look like a butt plug for a little bit. Johnny and I'm gonna go ahead. My normals aren't in here. Chase. Handle the assholes for me. What's up, Travis? How's it going, man? Cylindrical box. Yeah, we can make those. Ain't no big deal. I've got enough here where I can make actually one of each. So I got time if you got time. We're gonna go ahead and park this right here in the middle, so I can have one half for the cylindrical box, one half for the mushroom. We'll go ahead and park it now. I've got it fairly even peeled off. Lower this down a little bit. Something good in there. Before I park that any farther, ahead and make my tenon. You don't need no fucking saws. Alright. Yeah, right off the rip, it's a cylindrical lidded box. This half we're going to use for the mushroom. So, I'm going to shore up this end first. I know it's probably not the best view for you guys, but work with me for a minute. I promise it'll get better, maybe. That might be a little bit better for y'all. Alright, so in a complete attempt to do everything ass backwards, I'm gonna round that off, and then I'm gonna sand it. I want to get all this tear out of the end grain taken care of. So I'm going to drag a skew across it. And an ill attempt to maybe just shore it up to make it a good flat surface. still needs some love. Actually, still needs a whole hell of a lot of love. This is the micro roll Fine by Tool FL 1221. One of the sponsors of the channel. They were cool enough to send me this for me to use in the lives and on my channel here. If you check out the descriptions on my lives, there's actually a link and a code on there for you guys to use. Strike to this gives you a little bit of a discount. Okay, it's cleaned up a little bit better than what I thought it was going to be, so we can work with that. Alright, now, before we start sliding on here and working this down, getting it kind of crazy, this is a janky ass texturing tool that I made. It consists of a gear, bent piece of copper, and a handle that I made, but it works. And I've got an actual Sorby texturing tool on the way. But the cool thing with this is you can drag this in different directions as the wood is spinning, and it'll give you different patterns across the surface, as well as this thing right here. This right here, I found out that you can actually get some pretty cool spiraling patterns, and I'll show you that real quick, and then we'll sand it off if it doesn't look cool. And I don't really like the way that one looks with the grain. So we're going to see if we can get something a little bit more aggressive to contrast the grain with the geared tooth tool. Sand this out real quick. So now you get this spiral finish on the outside of it. It's a little bit deeper, contrast the grain. We'll sand off the fuzzies, all that cool stuff. And before we go any further, we'll take a parting tool and we'll put our circles in there to kind of caption it off a little bit. Alright, now we're going to come back down here on the side of it and we're going to work. Oh shit, my bad, y'all. We're not going to have a top on this or anything. It's just something you can pull and pop apart. So we want there to be a tight fit. So right about here. That's going to be the inside of our jam chuck or our jam fit for the lid. We're going to come down a little bit. And we'll dye that here in a minute. This is going to be our body of it, so we're going to hollow this out. Now we can use a Forstner bit for this, and it'll probably be pretty easy. And I think I actually have one over here, so, you know, why the hell not? There you go, our big Forstner bit. So if we run that all the way up to the beads on that bitch. Making a stash cans there, Sherry. Just a cylindrical box with a jam fit lid. That's all. Alright, so we're going to line that up with that. We're going to turn the speed down. Come over here. Put the belt down on the other setting so we get more torque and less speed. Make sure our tailstock's locked. Might get noisy. Hopefully it won't though. turn this down a good bit, actually. Okay. That out of there. What's up, Jeff? How's it going, man? Alright, so of course the bottom of this thing's crusty. We are going to clean up the outside edge of this, make sure it's flat, and then we're going to cut a little recess. I'm going to move the camera back over so you guys can see it, to where this lip sits inside that. Hey Jeff, I actually done a tenon on this one. Look at that, yeah. Tenon. Alright, so That's just a little too loose at the top. So we'll come in from the next ring. Almost. I know it seems like you're being kind of meticulous when you're going to fit the lid on there, but a nice fit on your lid will make a hell of a difference. Like that. And if you do it just right, you can actually hear the suction brake on it. So I'll line you up here. What I'm going to do is line up all the grain on this. And then I'm going to give it a hell of a sanding. Because right through here, where these the soft spots of this grain kind of like terminate, do get a little bit of tear out in there, unfortunately. It seems like the more you sand and work with it, the more noticeable it is. And I don't want to take any more off of it on either end, because it keeps the grain and the patterns from all lining up and everything like that. All right. So I can take put those there, and I can still sand the end cap why it's on there. It's just an ingrained issue. Yes, Jeff, you're 100% correct. If you guys haven't checked out some of the other channels on here, like Johnny's Latecrafts, LJ Woodworks, 2-minute tips for wood turners, last minute, blah, 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 blah. Can't even fucking spring straight. My honey's handmade, handmade, New Beginnings Woodworks. Check those guys out. 77 Rockets, Timber Designs, all good dudes. VW Wood Turning, damn good group of people. I'm gonna go ahead and sand up here on the end where we put that little bit of redneck engineered texturing. Now, the end of that is you can see what it is. You can see that it's been kind of textured pretty good. I'm going to take our bigger diamond head parting tool, and I'm going to just do the termination lines on the outsides of the lid there. That way there's no mistakes if it's a termination line or a scratch. I don't like that. I don't like having guesswork in there. And that makes it look a lot better. Okay, so before we come down here and flip this and round off the bottom and chop off the tin and all that cool stuff, I said Jeff's 2-minute tips for wood turners, man. I've got this texturing tool. Where's my roller one at? There it is. I'll back this one up a little bit. I'm going to because that lid fits actually really good, before I go sand off that little stem on the bottom, I am going to jam her on there real good. And right here below this line, I am going to put 2 boundary lines, and then I'm going to take the knurling tool and I'm going to put some cross-hatched lines through here. Hopefully it doesn't look crazy. If it does, I should be able to sand it out. But I just want to give it a little bit of character on the side of it. A little bit of curb appeal. That way. And we've done it that way. Give us some texture in there. Yeah. Alright, cool. And then I'll get out my my burning wire. Put some freaking nasty shit in there. Glove in there. I ain't got all the toys out yet. I do have a set of it's a Sorby Micro texturing tool coming. knock the fuzzies off of where you just done that. At least that's what I see the professionals do on YouTube. They make it look pretty cool. Alright. And it's got a faint texture in there, so that's pretty much what we wanted. Alright, so we're going to slide this out. Take this off. It pops. I like it when it pops. Not too much because you don't want to crack that. We're going to bring up our tailstock for some support on the back of this. We didn't go through all that work just to get our shit wrecked by being in a hurry. And then we're going to put our hood back on because we don't want to eat a chunk of oak, whatever the hell this is. And don't go crying, go mama. We're going to give the bottom the same round over that we gave the top. Not ready for that yet. Very carefully. Very carefully. We didn't break anything. We're good. We also didn't spread that crazy out either because we didn't want to crack the grain on that. Yes, I definitely need to make a jam chuck. I'll try to slow this down a little bit. Went my way through this. Okay, so we're going to sand this real good, but before we do that, It's a stash can, but I still want to concave the bottom of it a little bit. Small spindle gouge. I will take note of that for next time. Sorry I didn't look at the thing, man. It has to be oak. It smells like fucking oak. What the hell is beep? Oh. What? Good. Don't say anything about your dick falling out. I'm on the internet right now. I'm live.
Who is that?
Huh?
Who is that?
The whole internet. I'm live on the internet.
Oh.
Like the whole goddamn thing.
I keep right there.
He did. It looks sicker than hell the other day. Dust collector. Ow, goddamn. Push my finger up underneath of it. Alright guys, should I color the stripe and color the lid on this or what? I'll let y'all let me know. I love it. Big enough where I can get in here and move around. I got this whole damn lathe station set up. Bottom of her done. Yeah, I got room to move around and shit. It's crazy. Just natural. Got one for natural. Still got to sand the bottom of this up. I'll put the burn lines in the lid of it.
I walked down the creek back down through there.
I ain't seen it since yesterday when I called you. It's looking pretty damn rough.
I see it this morning.
I like it as it is. Holds just enough of your personal stash or what you can confiscate. Alright, so do we need to collar the lid of it with anything and the stripe, or just leave it all wood before I put the oil on it? Color the lid. Ebony. I got some black. You want me to color in between the thing here where I textured it too? Espresso. We're not going to color the entire thing, or all of it. 90% of it's going to be natural, trust me. Let me go sand off the bottom nub of this real quick. Shore it up. fat kid. What? All right, buddy. I do need some steps in this bitch. Careful, don't fall, man. All right. Alright, so we got the spiraling on. I didn't say old man or crackhead, I said old man. We got spiraling on the lid. We got some texture in between the burn lines here. Jeff's saying ebony. I am going to leave the majority of this all natural colored. Don't worry about that. I've got let's see what I got. I know I've got black. Got blue, purple, green, black. Where should it go? Red. Throw some black in here. That's tight. Go ahead and mount this up here just lightly. That way, if it would happen to flood those lines that I cut in there, I can, after it dries out, I can go back in there and tap them with that parting tool again, just to bring out the wood again. Whenever I do these, it's always just resin pigments or alcohol pigments, pretty much, and alcohol. It evaporates super fast, so you can like get back on with your working and stuff like that. What was that? Holds that smell in there. Yeah, purple. Tell you what, I might make the mushroom purple. All right. Some Walter White, shake and bake shit. Make sure you mash up all that in there because it will settle down there in the corners. I'm not going to go through the trouble of wasting a paintbrush on this. Not super black. We're gonna have to fix that. Might need some more pigment. Artino, I would probably set them at lower. This is just fucking messy. I'm getting my brush up here. that Jack Daniels stain? No. It is alcohol stain. Alright, we're going to turn that down and turn that on for a minute. There we go. Cool. I'll let that spin for a second. Let some of that nonsense evaporate off there. Let it soak in for a second, and then I'll clean it off. I don't care. I don't really know how to explain it. She's black now. Kind of takes away from the texture a little bit, but I'm not real worried about it. I have the secondary texture carved into the lid of it, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to take a minute to sand off this stuff on the outside here because we don't want that bleeding over. There on the back. That's a big ass no bueno. Now, still got that down there. We will give this thing the old shadoosh. Just so we can see wood through it again. Give it a little bit more love around that outside lip. Kind of spilled over there a little bit. A lot better. A lot better. Like a lot. Like a lot. There. Turn this heifer down. dry for a minute. Later, Roberto. I'm sitting here filling my pillbox for the week. I know the feeling. Alright, so we got that on there. And where this is smaller, I'm going to try some with it because I've got the stuff to do it. I'm going to put a CA finish on it. I think it looks pretty good. Oh, you're not leaving? Cool. Kind of like a weird angle to hit it at, but and if we're doing that, we might as well give it that high buff polish that we give the pins. Give it some love with the 3000. And then buff it with some paper. Here's the 3000 and some wax. Turn it up just a little bit. Maybe it won't fly off and knock me out. Hopefully it's not the boner pills. Maybe it's a good thing if it is the boner pills. Kickstand pills. I'm a tripod. Alright, so there's the, ooh, damn, I like that, especially with that coloring on that texture. That makes a world of difference. Fuck my lid go, there it is. Now, we're going to do the same thing on this. I know it's kind of repetitive and we're dicking off and running backwards and forwards, but it's the nature of the beast, people. Sorry. Glue my fucking finger down. Fucker got hot quick. What are you saying? No, it's not the Bauer chuck. This is the Define chuck from Amazon. It's literally built just like the Bauer chuck from Harbor Freight. Alright. Let me get me a piece of that there clean toilet paper. Rub on this thing like an ugly kid. Homecoming. Probably the same damn plant making it. I think so, Jeff. I think it's the I think it's like 59 or 60 bucks or some shit like that. It's honestly a pretty good chuck. I mean, I've had a couple hiccups with it, but for 59 bucks, I mean, I can't really knock it that much. Alright, let's see what this thing turned out like. Like that. Cool. Oh, you're good, honey. I was letting you know the kids are asleep and I was out here in the building dicking off. So, she seals under its own weight. Little stash can. Quick project. A piece of a table leg. And honestly, if this was probably better wood, you could get some better results out of it. But not bad. I do like the way the knurling turned out on the side. I like that knurling better than the homemade spiraling tool on top. But I've got an actual Sorby spiraling tool coming, so that shouldn't be an issue much longer. So yeah, there's that. Set this up here on the shelf. Alright, what we got next here? Another piece of this stuff that's gonna undoubtedly get turned into a fucking stash can of some kind. Only thing that like I have a beef with making mushrooms is they always look like butt plugs, dude. Every time you make a mushroom, it looks like a butt plug. I know that gap is entirely too big, Jeff. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Okay. Your mind was straight up 100% going there. Don't fucking lie to me. I know you, sir. Make a captive ring mushroom. No, I'm gonna make a captive ring ladle because BW called me out on some shit. No, my wife sent me this picture. I don't know where the hell she was at, but someplace had these like cedar mushrooms. They were only like this big, and they were going for like a shit ton of money. I don't know, but my daughter's like a total hippie. Like she loves frogs and shit. And I don't know. I'm waiting any day to walk in there and find her like a peace pipe and a fucking drum circle. Anyways, mushrooms are a pretty big thing down here, and I'm thinking with like the stash cans and like the little knick-knack cans, because everybody likes containers, and I fucking like making containers. If I could somehow segment like this part up here to do a mushroom cap, non-phallic looking part. What was a Cracker Barrel? What the fuck, a Cracker Barrel without me, woman? I love them dumplings. Dude, I got a gnome sitting up here. His name's Ernesto. Fuckers goes with me everywhere. But anyways, make the goofy looking Smurf mushroom cap looking thing up here. And then make like a short, squatty, but kind of curve it mushroom base down here. Take a Forstner bit, hollow it out. Kind of like take the gooseneck, give it a little, not a whole lot of detail because they're made to move quick. Kind of like roll it out on the inside, clean it up, and somebody mentioned purple in there earlier, so I guess we're going to dye the cap on this one purple. I don't know. Maybe red. Just depends if they're still in here or not. If you're in here, let me know. But, yeah, fuck, let's roll with it. Palm tree. Sherry, you're still in here, by God, we'll get a purple mushroom going. Purple mushroom cap for Sherry. Sounds weird as hell, don't it? Alright. Purple. If y'all haven't liked and subscribed to the channel, give it a shot. I'm not normally out here this late at night, but got the opportunity. Kids are asleep. I usually do Sunday spundays about 1 p.m. But I got the chance, so I figured I'd give it another go. I'm going to go ahead and kick the speed up on this bad boy because I like to turn fast against what most people recommend. Sorry, Jeff. I'm not a bad person, I promise. Mainly it's just when I'm hawking stuff away. There we go. Alright, see what we got here. About as close to mock Jesus as we're going to take her today. Alright, so here's the bell of the mushroom, and then we're going to part it like right about here. Later, Jeff. Okay, there's the mushroom cap. Set it up there for a minute. Alright. This little Pugsley dipshit looking thing, we're gonna like round this off a little bit to where this shoulder sits down in it. When we part it, that's where we're going to part at. Might be an even two. I have a small bowling alley lane to work on. Okay, so sand this down. We left a flat shoulder on this to where we can still set this in the chuck, and then we could taper these down to make these set in here. We're gonna slide this up out the way. 180 right here. A real short, squatty mushroom. Some might say it's a chode. Okay. But she's fairly smooth. Okay, cool. So let's shore off the front of it. Make it real smooth like. And then we'll drill it and fit it. our sandpaper go around the edges. We don't want no sharp edges on anything we're going to be twisting on or anything like that. People cut their shit on stuff they buy from you. They tend to stop buying it. Set that over there. Bring this in here. We're going to eyeball it for a minute. You actually need to drill that first. Ooh, about to drop that cast iron skillet on my ball bag, and I've been a sad panda. That was too big. Where did my drill chuck go? Where's my drill chuck? Big. I have to go over here and get one of my other smaller Forstners. This one. Oh. There we go. This one isn't super deep, so I don't think we'll have to like slow the lathe down crazy slow for this, just or torque down on it. Might actually need to set the damn thing in the tailstock first. Probably wouldn't hurt none. Just a tack here more. Oh, that's it. Take that out of there. 180. Fucking stifle all the comments again. Jerry, your ass better be in here. Play him, play him. Oh shit, you're on paper towels. Get that blood. Pretty sure I just showed the whole internet my ass too. Alright, there's that. That could have been bad. Make sure I didn't break anything off here. Like a dumbass. Alright, cool. Okay, there's the body of the mushroom. There's that cap. I'm not gonna break your mushroom. Okay. Got a jam fit on that one, so we need to round these off right here and curve that in a little bit. That's what we're gonna do. All right. little round for this. Hopefully this doesn't fly off and get all crazy and kooky. Still good. We're still good. Don't worry. We're still good. I left extra meat on it for the hell of it for a reason. Unfortunately, right now, my trim mask is just dead as shit, so I'm ducking and weaving. I'll turn this down just a little bit. So now we can just do a little shelf right there, and we'll have a mushroom cap that fits, as horrible as that sounds. I'm gonna have to plug my phone in too. A little bit more off that mushroom cap. Go. Mushroom cap. Okay. Don't spill my glue on me, damn it. There we go. There we go. Alright, so because that's being all wobber jawed, we're going to make a chuck to mount this to so we can actually get the die all the way over that. So let that spin for a second. Back. So we're going to do the top part of this purple the way that Sherry wants it, I reckon. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to drill this so what our hole's going to be. We're going to sand off about 1/4 inch of this. That way it still leaves room for the cavity down here. And, yeah. Be golden. Sand this real quick. There we go. Some of that late night figuring shit out kind of stuff. Yeah, fuck yeah. We'll run with it. It's the first one of these I built, so be easy on me. So we'll set that up there. We're ready to finish sanding this thing off. It's wobbly, but it ain't that bad. I've worked with way worse. Here we go. Yeah, cool. All right. You said purple, right? It'd be weird as shit if I already had some purple made up. Get a brush. I'm gonna have to get a damn airbrush gun or buy stock of these brushes or something. Because ever since I started coloring this stuff, I've been going through the damn foam brushes. You want any texturing or anything on this? I forgot to ask. Probably wouldn't hurt, so it just doesn't look like a plain ass little mushroom. Well, clear up that little dimple on the end so it doesn't actually look like a pecker. We're gonna put some sand and textures and stuff on here. That way it's not just cool to play with, it's like cool to feel and shit. fine antlers. Okay, we went that way, and now we'll go this way. Okay, that kind of hides any tear out we got. And then we just go back over it. Is on damn near every mushroom I've ever seen though. Especially them hippie ass mushrooms that people are always talking about. That again here in a second. Where's that big ass sanding stick at in mine? There's my 180 right there. Alright. So the plan is, whenever I cover this in the purple, that if any of it gets down in these dips, I'll hit it again with the drill bit, and it'll expose the wood underneath of it to make it look like it's got spots. That's the plan. Could go completely ass backwards wrong, but I got a feeling it won't. I'd be a bad motherfucker with an airbrush gun. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Dry up any extra we got here. Gonna give it the old CA spittoon. And then if we have to, we'll go back in there and we'll touch up any of those dots that we put in there for texturing. But I think other than that, we're just about done. We're gonna put some wax on it and throw them together. And I gotta not drop my damn glue anymore. That'd be freaking phenomenal. I dropped this shit about... Yeah, I'm on again, bro. Got a wild hair at my ass and the kids went to bed. Made a couple small containers, and this Sherry chick on here calmed me into making like a purple-headed mushroom or some shit. Nah, kids went to sleep. I was had a couple ideas bouncing off my head, and want to come out here and a few people actually jumped on. I didn't think anybody jumped on here or not. Alright, so that should be that. Let that rotate a couple times. We'll see what we got. Cool. So it really didn't dive down in the dots. We're actually pretty good. Cool. Impregnate some 3000 with this tray wax here. Rub the living hell out of it. And same as before, once we've bathed it down in tray wax, crank the speed and buff the hell out of it. Dash can. Everything's jam fit, so that. Here's the one from earlier. It's got the texturing around the outside edge, a little texturing on top. Wee purple-headed yogurt slinger. Yes, Sherry, I do sell these. I accept, as long as you live in the continental U.S., I'll ship on small stuff like this. If you got a Facebook, you can get a hold of me through my my actual Facebook shop page. It's The Whacking Shack, WHACKING Shack. if one of my mods could put the link in there, that'd be awesome. You can message me on there and all that stuff like that. I accept Venmo, Cash App, all that cool stuff like that. And as long as you're in like the continental U.S. on stuff like this, I will ship to you. Time of bed? No, not time for bed at all, man. I got a fucking 6-year-old in the house running around like a psychopath. He went to bed. It's time for me to chill out. I don't really do PayPal that much. Sorry. Like, my PayPal's been hacked way too many times on both ends. But, if you go to the Facebook thing or whatever, I can give you my Venmo, my Cash App, whatever you want through there, all that cool stuff. And I also, if you're new to the group, everything that I make, I post on that Facebook page. So kind of get you into the know of what all's being made and stuff like that, upcoming events. The turquoise mortar and pestle about kicked my ass today. Can I make a wooden wiener? From Brother Spitta. Yes, I can make a wooden wiener. I can make a wooden butt plug. I'm not really bragging. And I'm saying I could probably weld a dick to a snowman, Spitta. No, I don't speak Portuguese on me. Do I wear wooden butt plugs? No, but I mean, I've never turned down taking a pink in the ass when I'm getting wild with it. You guys are fucking, you don't know what you're playing with. So, anyways, would you rather eat a baby goat or matter daddy? What the fuck? Anyways, you go with your bad self. Mushroom stash can. Not the butt plug, Mike. Cylindrical lidded box. That thing is tight. Tighter than a dolphin's butthole, actually. It's watertight. Kind of excited for the Sorby. It's the first big name brand tool that I've got. It's the Sorby texturing tool where I can do all the crazy ass spirals and shit. All right, somebody's got to nuke this Spitta dude. He's getting on my nerves and I can't focus. Anyways, getting the Sorby Micro. Fucking thank you, Chase. The Sorby Micro texturing tool, and you can do all kinds of crazy textures on bowls and the bottoms of bowls and stuff like that, and it'll really up the game on what I'm able to do on the lathe, stuff like that. You can texture the insides of bowls, outsides of bowls. I've seen people do it with lasers, but I just don't really want to do that. Are you making angle plug? Is an angle plug what you people really fucking want? Stand by. We're making a Christmas tree, children. Here I am getting demonetized on YouTube. Find something. Ah, right there. Just these fucks. All right, assholes. don't understand what everyone's infatuation is with an ass. Sure as hell not taking one of these in the face. Round. Speed it, Mop Jesus. All right, here we go. Now, look, I made this just for you, down to your specs. Oversized because you're a loose-ass prick. Little knurling so it won't get lost in there. Extra long shaft so we can go deeper than most. And it's even got a pull ring in case it get lost so we can tie a rope to it. Now, the next one you assholes want to ask me to make a butt plug, come at me with some money, all right? Mike rolled in right at the wrong damn time, didn't he? No, I didn't break shit. Can you put the Bluetooth vibrating thing in that? I mean, you probably could. Nah, we had I had to make some Christmas trees with a captive ring on it. I had a bunch of fellers that were asking about rectal corking stuff. They just wouldn't shut up about it, and I just figured I'd knock one out real quick, and not only would I knock one out real quick, I'd knock it out and make it super classy, and hell, it's even got a captive ring on it, and a few burn lines, all that cool stuff. So it's got on my nerves real damn quick. But we did actually make some cool stuff tonight. Made a mushroom, little stash can, and then trying out the texturing tools, another little stash can. Done the match grain going up it so it can and it's tight. Yes, you did. You made the, what was that called, the fucking California Punisher or some shit like that. I have this is the Macarol. It's the FL1221 that Find by Tools sent to me. They're a sponsor of the shop. They sent me this. I'm more than thankful for this. This thing's a workhorse. I've literally been throwing it through its paces, just trying to break it. Scottish Impaler, my bad. And then behind me, I've got the Win. It's the 12-inch by I think 18. And don't get me wrong, that thing's a workhorse. Don't knock Win. There ain't nothing wrong with it. If you can find one of them, pick it up. This has just got a few of the Cadillac perks that don't, like variable speed and reverse. someone using a fucking potato gun and shoot it at my neighbor's house. Blew it to the fucking antenna of my mother-in-law's car. Send me Chucks. Frankenspinner needs work holding. Dude, believe it or not, you can get like grizzly lathes that have been like where the circuit boards are like smoked in them. The older ones, you can get those for free on Marketplace all the time. I thought about getting one and just trying to like buy a board to replace it, but like you can't find the boards anywhere. That's what I'm gonna do whenever I build my treadle lathe. Is I'm gonna buy one of the old grizzlies that are burned up, and I'm just gonna use the head unit, like the chuck and the spindle and all that, then mount it to my flywheel. Yeah, I would definitely. You can get this, the Micro FL 1221 on Fine by Tool. What's up, Kevin? You can get it for like right now on their website. I think it's $3.99. The wind's $278, but honestly, this comes with a lot more creature comforts and functions and stuff that a lot of starter lathes don't. And if I had to pick between the two, and I'm not just saying this because they sent me a free lathe, because I mean I've told a lot of other sponsors that they can have their shit back. I would pick this for the price point, dude. I mean, it's 1x8 on the spindle for the chuck. It takes Morse taper too for the tailstock, all that stuff like that. The only complaint that I've got about it is the banjo. The tool rest for the banjo is like a 5/8 instead of a 1-inch, and all my tool rests for the lathe or for the wind and everything are a 1-inch stem. These are all 5/8, which is, I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. I think about getting a bigger lathe. Man, I was talking about it in my video earlier, or in my stream earlier. There is a 22-inch by 48-inch grizzly in Charleston, and I want it so bad. But damn, dude, I can't fork out like the $2,000 for it right now. Anal assault. Shit over here so my kid doesn't find it. Yeah, it's in Charleston, West Virginia, buddy. Not real far from either one of us. I figure you'd already seen it. I know it's real close to you. But yeah, it's let's see how much battery we got on here real quick. We might have enough. Oh fuck yeah, I'm back at 98 or 93%, boys. I can show y'all some shit. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like what texturing tools do. Yeah. There we go. Maybe. But shut that right there for a minute. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna shore this off and take this divot out of the end of it, of course, you know. And I'll show you real quick because I got a few minutes to kill. little bit. Alright. So, this one, get you in here, this is actually for, I believe, it's a knurling tool for a metal lathe. But it works pretty good on here. You just gotta make sure you have clearance for it to get to the wheel and not the side arms. And of course it doesn't show it that well, but pop this out of here. I'll show you real quick up there on the camera. But you get the spiraled cuts with that if you hold it that way. And then, let's see here, we went, what, this way that time, so this time we'll come back across. And it just gives it like a kaleidoscope effect. And then you can actually pinpoint it in certain areas. Kind of gives you like a, I think they call it roping. I mean, and that's just with the tool for metal work. It's not even for the tool that's made for wood. And then with the one that I made, that's smooth. Alright, you really got to hit a lick at a certain angle with this one or shit just goes awry, but it gives more of a like a broader stroke thing. And then you can also come in here to like the middle of it. And let it dig in and you'll get like a dimpled lid. So, I want to start doing stuff like that in the bottoms of my bowls and all that cool stuff, because it actually looks pretty cool whenever you let me rephrase this. From what I've seen, it looks really cool when people that know what the hell they're doing come in with like a die. Try for a second. So it's flat and yeah, and then you can like put gilding and all kinds of stuff like that in there. So there's been dudes doing this for like way longer than I've been in a wood shop, and they seem to know what the hell they're talking about. Do one of them with the lathe in reverse? Fuck it, try it. Let me set this off here real quick. Come on. With it and to be with. Ah, there we go. I heard you were too scared to poop standing up. Yeah, 100% right, sir. Alright, so we're gonna do the first one going this way. We'll do the next one going that way, this way, and then the final piece we'll do it reverse. So first one normal. Reverse. Oh shit, wrong way. Normal. And finally reverse, and we'll make that do the flower thing. And it got kind of real chaotic there in the center. But if we took it and went like, no, forward, fucking idiot. So taper that. We're going to give that there. That there. There. This machine that I'm using right now it's currently on sale for $399. Take some, what is this, 800 grit, knock the fuzzies off. And then we'll take a little parting tool and we'll separate each individual design. That's what the old guys on the internet told me to do. Not that though, damn it. Later, Johnny. Look, man, I'm just going to say, if you're going to come at me sideways with something, don't do that. I want to see something crazy. I want to see a grown man running and taking a shit at the same time. And the cool thing is, it don't look like there's a whole lot going on there, but like the second you put any kind of oil or finish on that, man, it just pops. Put the cap back on here. Rub that in real good. Fistful of this nasty ass sawdust down here. And that's with me not knowing what the hell I'm doing, and that's with homemade tools. So, like, I can't imagine how cool it'll be once I get, like, the actual Sorbies in here. Like, to be able to do that on top of box tops and in the bottoms of bowls and things like that, I think that'll be cool. Might as well, I'm in here. He was mentally disturbed. Yeah, I know I said I was done twice now. Leave me alone. Ow. Some bitch. But hit me in the pecker. bit deeper. Really? That's what the fuck I'm talking about, boys. That's a nice little jam fit. Later. It's a wee little one. One's got suction on it. What's up, Pine? How's it going, man? If I can get this to lock in here without getting stupid, I might be able to do it. I might be able to do it. Let me get my dum-dum entrenching tool here. Yeah, just a little texture on the bottom. What's up, Shoot? Alright, here we go. Bottom of it. Little texturing going on there. Alright, so tonight's been a night for butt plugs and little boxes. So, just gonna get this thing to focus. Here's this little dude. It's textured with the homemade texturing tools. I was originally just going to show you guys how to texture a lid with homemade tools, but I figured what the hell, no reason I'm wasting the wood. So we went ahead and made a little stash can. Put rings in it, whatever. I don't care. Here's the mushroom stash can. I yeeted the butt plug across the room. I'm sorry, the Christmas tree. I yeeted it across the room. I don't want my kid to find that. And here's the first one we done tonight with the textured rim and the rough textured lid with the black dye on it. Made out of a table leg, repurposed table leg, I might add. And it's tight as shit. You probably put some wax on there or something. But all in all, not a bad live. Had some pretty cool mods in here working with me. They kept the trolls at bay, except for the ones we wanted to keep, because I wanted to make a butt plug. Yes, you can, but you're eating it. But these little things like this, I mean, I figured they'll sell pretty good at craft shows, stuff like that. Everybody likes mushrooms in little containers. I don't know what they'd sell for. I have no idea what, the market would be, but had the idea bouncing off my head and everything like that, so I figured I'd just come out here and might as well film while I was doing it. Other than that, it is probably about 11, 12 o'clock here, and kids are asleep, and I think I'm gonna get inside and do the same thing. I think we got some shopping to do tomorrow. I might pop in live tomorrow, but I think Jeff from 2 Minute Tips for Wood Turners is going to be on. And if that man is on, you need to check him out. He turns some cool stuff. And check him out, man. The guy's like always informative and shit. Thank you, Pine. Means a lot, man. Russell, thanks for stopping by. I hate that we're leaving right now, but kind of late. But thank you all for stopping by. It means a lot to me. Robert G, thanks for helping out with the trolls and shit. Mike, all y'all guys, appreciate the hell out of it. Other than that, peace, love y'all, I'm out. God bless.